Oh my goodness, guys, it's finally happening. We're finally going to be getting Nero Fest over on the NA version of the game. It was starting to get to the point that I didn't even think we were going to get this event. Now, there's a little bit of a wait. I have no idea why they didn't decide to just drop this on Monday, but you know what? I will take it. I was starting to doubt that we weren't even going to get the event. They were just going to pass it up, and I was like, man, people might be right. Maybe we are just going to be getting Summer 6, even though our Summer 6 is supposed to be very late, right? Like, that started in September, so it's supposed to be a very late summer. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. We can do Nero Fest, then we can do the hunting quest, maybe like a dead week for the Ilya celebration thing, and then boom, we're right on track to do September summer stuff, right? But I don't know, they were delaying it for so long. I mean, I know we were all kind of freaking out when the Melusine banner dropped, and we're like, so we just are not getting Nero Fest, huh? We're just not going to be doing that, but at least we're finally getting it, right? If you are, say, a newer player, maybe you just started playing during Anniversary, I'm going to tell you right now, you want to go get your farmers and you want to go get those guys leveled up. I don't care if you got Castoria, you got Oberon, you got Scotty, Koyan Scott, whoever. You need to go get your best farmers and you got to assemble these lads because you need to be able to plop your butt down and just sit. Well, I guess because I'm playing on the on the emulator on my computer, but you just sit down in front of your, laptop or PC, maybe grab your phone, whatever have you, because you're going to be farming for a while and you want to make sure you got a nice, good set team. Thankfully, though, Nero Fest is not all that bad of a farm. I'll get more into it when I actually do like a full proper video on it, but these aren't all that bad. I know this looks a little annoying, right? Like it's like, oh man, this is like a 113 node, but they're small. They're really, really tiny. And it's actually going to be a bit easier for some people if you did manage to get Koyenskaya, because Buster farming does not care about these weird nodes, because you don't actually care about the refund on your NP. You're more or less just overloading on batteries, and so you don't really care because you're going to always find enough NP to make sure you farm, as long as you at least have like a 30 to 50% battery servant, or if you've got like Artoria, Mordred, they can also work pretty well. But yeah, like, I'm really, really excited that they finally announced this, because, dude, like, if you look at, like, all of their, like, they tweet something out, and then it's just like, so where's Nero Fest, bro? Like, are we ever gonna get Nero Fest? And I've been doing the same thing. Every one of their, like, posts, I'm like, bro, where's Nero Fest? And I like to believe that I've started this movement that has allowed us to finally, get Nero Fest. Like, you guys can thank me, I'll take all the credit, but oh my goodness, this is going to be so great. I guess other little things to just prep you guys for whenever it's coming. If you don't have your main farmers and stuff leveled, just make sure your batteries and stuff are up to par if you're doing Buster farming. If you're going to be doing arts farming, some of them might be a little bit awkward, but even then, like something like this is I'll give a couple of examples when I actually do the proper event guide. But you could use stuff like Chen Gong. He's free, and as long as you have enough guys to just pump NP into him, you can get the job done, right? Like, stuff like this is not all that difficult. These are, like, not the worst farming nodes ever. They could be a little annoying, they could be a little tricky, but everybody should at least be able to get a good farm. And a good farm you want to have, because these are very, very good boxes. This is pretty much something that everybody's going to be able to use, whether you're a older player or you're a newer player, because if you're newer, a lot of the older servants, right, like the ones from like years 1 and 2, they need a lot of these materials, right? And now we're getting a lot of other servants that also just kind of loops all the way back around, and now they also need it. And casters are always going to be needing stuff like pages. You're always going to want to have just a nice supply of the skill summary stuff, especially if, fingers crossed, maybe Anniversary, they're going to be like, hey, for every skill you level up, we're going to give you a fragment, something like that. Maybe that's going to be the bonus that they do for Anniversary. So you want to make sure that you have your skills and stuff at least ready to be topped off. And then obviously, if you're like me, you're absolutely dry on QP, and you can't even level up your Melusine because you're out of EXP cards. And I refuse to go farm dailies, man. I barely want to farm dailies when they're half off for Anniversary, much less go farm dailies when I could be doing literally anything else. I'd rather go bond farm in like Lost Belt 6 or something. I'd rather go do anything else. It's also a nice time to just stock up on a whole bunch of the little bronze apples over here. I'm still pretty set on these from the lotto that we had a couple months ago over on JP. So if you do farm a lot of boxes, you can get up to like a billion QP, be sitting on a nice stack of apples and EXP cards. And especially if you're a newer player, more so than I would say the older players even, you really want to take advantage of this lottery, because this can definitely help propel your account forward a lot more. Because you probably have a lot of servants that you want to get leveled, not just for gameplay reasons, but in preparation for next anniversary, where for each servant that's not a free-to-play that you have at Final Ascension, you get 3 Saint Quartz, right? So you want to be able to have a nice fat stack of Saint Quartz, if not for summoning for Arcui next, anniversary, but if you also just want to summon on the really stacked summer banners that come right after that with like Ruler Scotty, Berserker Ibuki, Proto Merlin comes out. We got a lot of gas servants coming in. So this is going to be very good for a lot of players. And I know that lotteries were pretty much what propelled my account from being kind of the level 1 loser account to being the level 100 god gamer that I am today. I believe it was Da Vinci Lotto that really helped me out. And yeah, let me tell you, these lottos, if you're a new player, you'll be able to get a lot done, right? And make sure you hit it as hard as you can. Now, I already know in like a week's time, about halfway through the event, we're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna be like, I don't want to farm anymore. But man, I'm telling you, if you can just hit the ground running on this and farm it whatever you can, when you're watching TV, you're watching a YouTube video like this, you just have your thing ready and you're just trying to kind of farm it as much as you can, you'll be set for a very long time. I mean, I hate to say it though, but like a billion QP that I farmed over on JP, that doesn't, like, I still have it, but it doesn't last, right? So you want to make sure you just get as much as you can, even if you don't go that hard. I'm not saying you got to go farm 5 billion QP or something, but ideally that would set you up for a while. But just know that especially stuff like QP in this game is going to be eaten away through like skills, grailing, all that good stuff. The other nice thing, as I'm seeing the mana prisms over here, is that you can be set on mana prisms for a very long time, which doesn't sound like a big deal, because usually most people just want to be able to get their monthly tickets, EXP cards, the foes and stuff like that. But once you start getting the rare mana prisms from, like, say, certain celebrations like Anniversary and such, you can start unlocking the older CEs that will give you, like, tea time for getting bond farming, or the Bella Lisa CEs that you can use for getting QP. It'll just make your life a lot easier. So, just going to be a phenomenal event. I'm so excited they finally decided to do it, man. I don't know what took them so long. I don't know if it's because of JP's anniversary that they wanted to, like, delay anything hype from being on the NA version, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but maybe that's what they're doing it for. But my little conspiracy theory that I have is that they just don't want the games to really be caught up. They like having this 2-year gap. I don't know why. I wish they would kind of give us an interview and when they can kind of explain why they want to have this 2-year gap, but it just seems that every time we start to make progress to catch up to JP and maybe cut that 2-year gap to maybe 1.5 years, and I would hope that eventually someday we could get down to like half a year difference. That's what stuff like Arknights has, and that's very, very good in my opinion. It gives you enough time for clairvoyance, but also you don't have to wait 2 years to get a servant that you think is hype. Right, I don't know. I wish they'd give us like some interviews on this. Maybe they actually will talk about that during like the NA live stream, which I will be streaming in a couple of days. I know this is about Nero Fest, but if you want to see me like react to all the new anniversary information, I'll be doing that over on my Twitch, which is linked down in the description down below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Your boy needs to sleep and start getting his rest now, before the main event drops, because I think I might be doing a couple like really long streams over on Twitch. I was supposed to do a 24-hour stream for 25K. That was going to be like the celebration thing, but okay, I don't want to freak anybody out, but I've been having a little bit of insomnia lately, and I've kind of fixed it, and I don't want to tempt it by doing a 24-hour stream, so I might break it up into like 3 8-hour streams. And hey, Nero Fest is something that I could farm for 8 hours, right? Because it's going to be pretty dang good. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below if you guys think that that's, a good idea, something you'd be interested in. But with all that being said, I'm going to stop rambling, go to bed, and get ready for Nero Fest. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace.